Long live President Jacob Zuma, long live! Long live President Jacob Zuma, long live! Long live President Jacob Zuma, long live! Amanda! Away two! No siyabonga kakhulu sanibonani. Siyabonga kakhulu National Chairperson. I've been asked to perform a very simple task. The task of introducing the presidency. We have got in UTHULE the most formidable and the most trustworthy presidency, the most experienced presidency in UTHULE. We can compare with all other organizations in history and currently. Our presidency in UTHULE is the most formidable in South Africa's history of politics. To now give the address on behalf of the President, who will later on join us to speak to all of us. I'm going to introduce our Deputy President, who is the party leader and the leader of the official opposition in Parliament. He is known to all of us. He is a seasoned jurist. He stands by the law, is a man of justice. He doesn't fear the white supremacist system. He confronts racism whenever it rears its head. With consistency, our Deputy President has been at the forefront of the restoration of our values as African people. Ladies and gentlemen, the people of South Africa, UTHULE, we introduce to you the Deputy President of UTHULE Party, Dr. John Mantakayisa, HLOPHE, Comrade Deputy President.
Sanibona nonke ema-Afrika, dumelang. Otsotsi-ke bathi hey cha. Hey cha, bola ngomkhonto wesizwe, hey cha. Ke ukwethula inkulumo kababa. Ngaphambi kokuthi ngethule inkulumo kababa, ngizocela ukubingelela yena ubaba umsholozi, baba Nxamalala. Siyakhulela. Ngicela nokubingelela zonke itatanyiswa ikhona umpostoli omkhulu lapha udokotela. Ngicela nokubingelela noku-acknowledge ama-military veterans. Ngibingelela wonke umuntu okhona la. Amandla. Ngizocela ukuthula inkulumo kababa. Ithi first anniversary of MK Party, a call to transform South Africa's future. Fellow South Africans, comrades, members of UTHULE Party, esteemed traditional leaders, international guests and distinguished attendees. It is with great pride and humility that I address you today at MABHIDA Stadium a site symbolizing resilience and enduring struggle for justice. This historic gathering celebrates the first anniversary of UTHULE Party, a movement born to challenge the status quo and champion revolutionary change in South Africa. Named after Moses MABHIDA, a revered anti-apartheid leader and stalwart of the liberation struggle, this venue honors his unwavering commitment to justice and equality. It stands as a tribute to collective power and determination of our people. Today, we not only mark a calendar milestone, but celebrate a year of bold decisions, steadfast dedication, and transformative action as we continue our journey toward a fully liberated South Africa. As we commemorate the first anniversary of UTHULE, we stand at a crucial juncture in our nation's history. The promises of 1994's democratic breakthrough have tragically been devolved into a strategic defeat for the African majority in this country. We were promised governance, yet we do not own the land we govern. We were promised prosperity from our mineral wealth, yet we control no mines at all. We were promised freedom, but hunger chains millions of our people. As we reflect on the 3 decades since the dawn of democracy, the grim reality is that unemployment in this country, inequality, and poverty have tightened their grip, fractured our society, and dimmed any hopes of the poor majority. We are indeed a nation under siege. The middle strata of society, once a symbol of modest progress, now teeter on the edge of ruin. Crushed by the relentless debt, they lose their homes, their dignity, and their mental health, not because of poor financial planning, but because of a collapsing economy, particularly under the ANC of Ramaphosa. Under the failed austerity of Ramaphosa, the cost of living has become unbearable. Electricity and water prices are unaffordable. Fuel prices are high, and food has become a luxury for many of our people. Across South Africa, from Thohoyandou to the Cape Flats, families are trapped in a daily struggle to put food on the table. Silambile, Ipango. Poverty grips every township and village, stripping people of their basic dignity and hope. This is not just an economic crisis, it is a moral crisis that insults the legacies of so many of our ancestors. I am talking here about Oitsa, Osesikukune, Mshweshwe, Cetshwayo, Oliver Tambo, Rolihlahla Mandela, Stephen Batubonge, Bigo, Nabanye. These are people who fought tirelessly for a future free of subjugation and want. A decay of African values. The pervasive poverty has eroded our moral and cultural fabric. Teenage pregnancies, violent crimes against women, no mama, and the elderly, and an epidemic of crass materialism betray the spirit of Ubuntu. Kuphelile Ubuntu kuthina ma-Afrika. Viva Mkhonto, viva! Viva Mkhonto, viva! Criminality has become a governing force. We have allowed a capitalist culture to dominate, reducing our society to one obsessed with theft of public resources and profit, completely disconnected from our traditional African values that once bound us. A liberal constitution designed to protect the interests of the former oppressors leaves the majority politically and economically disempowered. White monopoly capital continues to dominate through money, relegating elected representatives to mere figureheads who beg whites for money. Meanwhile, an unelected judiciary wields immense power, unaccountable to the people it is meant to serve. Ngiyajabula ngaphuma khona. The constitution of our nation, rooted in colonial Roman, Dutch, and English law, remains out of touch with African traditions and governance. Our traditional leaders, despite their legal recognition, are sidelined, their wisdom and authority dismissed as being utterly irrelevant. This perpetuates a colonial legacy that undermines our culture and spirituality while maintaining an economic structure designed to exploit the majority for the benefit of a privileged few white families. The legacy of land theft. At the heart of South Africa's persistent inequality lies the historical theft of our land. Umhlaba wethu wathathwa ngenkani, umhlaba wethu wathathwa ngeibhamu. Siyawufuna ke namhlanje. Colonial and apartheid policies systematically stripped us of most of our assets, leaving us exploited for goods, hewers of wood and throwers of water in a land that was once ours. Kwakuwumhlaba wethu once upon a time, bawuthatha nje bekhanyela. Today, namhlanje, landlessness renders us free slaves, begging our white masters for crumbs. We can only participate in the economy through selling our labor, since access to credit and capital is tied to land ownership. Full liberation cannot be achieved within the constraints of a liberal constitution that prioritizes legal protections for the former oppressor over the needs of the oppressed majority. Liberation cannot be achieved within the constraints of a liberal constitution that protects the property rights of land thieves and not those of the dispossessed masses. Ma-Afrika, izole tu. I-Afrika. It's time for brave leadership to reclaim the wealth and dignity stolen from our people. A vision for national revolution. Comrades, as we gather to celebrate the MK Party's first anniversary, we must also confront the reality of the challenges that lie ahead of us. The journey we embarked upon a year ago was never going to be easy. Transforming a nation still shackled by the chains of colonialism, apartheid, and neoliberalism requires courage, resilience, and unshakable resolve. Today we must take a moment to reflect not only on our achievements but also on the obstacles we face as we forge ahead in our fight for justice and dignity in our own motherland. At the forefront of our external challenges stands the unholy alliance of the ANC of Ramaphosa and the Democratic Alliance, a coalition that has chosen to betray the aspirations of the majority for the benefit of the elite. Phansi nge-GNU, phansi! Phansi nge-GNU, phansi! This coalition, the so-called GNU, represents a pact with forces that have historically opposed economic justice, land reform, and the empowerment of black South Africans. It is a betrayal of the struggle for liberation, a sellout of the vision of those who sacrifice their lives to dismantle the colonial apartheid system, who have sold them out under the GNU of Cyril Ramaphosa. Under this coalition, neoliberal policies continue to dominate, exacerbating inequality, unemployment, and poverty. Austerity measures have strangled public services, leaving millions of South Africans without access to basic needs such as housing, health care, and education. Imfundo, imfundo. Meanwhile, the coalition perpetuates policies that shield white monopoly capital from accountability, thereby ensuring the continued exploitation of our nation's resources and the marginalization of our people. For UTHULE Party, this betrayal only strengthens our resolve. We stand as a voice of the oppressed, the dispossessed, and those who are excluded. Our mandate is very clear. Our mandate is to dismantle the system that allows such coalitions to strive at the expense of our people. We will continue to expose the hypocrisy and failures of the ANC-DA alliance, ensuring that South Africans see through their charade. Kancane nje about internal challenges. Ma-Africa, there is no movement that is immune to internal challenges, and UTHULE Party is no exception to that. As a young and dynamic organization, we have faced the growing pains that accompany rapid expansion and the pursuit of revolutionary change. Among these challenges are the issues of jostling for positions and the emergence of parallel structures that threaten to undermine our unity. Parallel structures, commanders. Parallel structures, commanders. Jostling for leadership roles is an unfortunate reality in any political organization. While ambition is natural, it must never come at the expense of our shared vision. I repeat that. While ambition is natural, it must never come at the expense of our shared vision. Amandla! The MK Party was not founded to serve individual interests, but to advance the collective aspirations of our people. We must remind ourselves that leadership is not a privilege, but it is a responsibility, a duty to serve your nation, a duty to serve your people with humility, integrity, and a commitment to our principles. The emergence of parallel structures, often driven by factionalism, poses a serious threat to our cohesion. Such structures weaken our ability to function as a united force and distract us from our mission. We must address these issues decisively with a firm hand and an unwavering focus on the greater good. Discipline, transparency, and accountability will be the cornerstones of our efforts to overcome these internal challenges. Beyond the ANC-DA coalition, the Lerumo La Sechaba faces relentless attacks from various quarters, including sections of the media, the judiciary, and other political formations. These forces seek to discredit our movement, labeling us as radical, divisive, or tribal in nature. They fear the power of a united and determined Umkhonto weSizwe party because we threaten the status quo that benefits them. We are threatening the status quo that benefits them. These attacks are not new. They are the same tactics used against every revolutionary movement throughout history. But we must not be distracted or demoralized. The Lerumo La Sechaba Umkhonto weSizwe is grounded in our nation, in the South Africans. This bond with our people is our foundation, and we must never lose sight of it. Every obstacle we encounter serves as a powerful reminder of our purpose, which is to fight tirelessly for a South Africa that returns to the indigenous masses. We exist to dismantle the entrenched systems of oppression and exploitation that have long marginalized the black majority in this country. Our mission is to build a nation where dignity is restored, wisitunes sethu, isidima, equality upheld, and an opportunity becomes the undeniable right of every citizen. This is our pledge, and it is one we carry forward with unwavering determination. A call to action by our President, Ubaba Umsholozi. The journey ahead is daunting, but necessary. Lendlela esiyohamba inde inamajika kodwa ibalulekile ukuthi sihambe. The MK Party's vision is not just a political program. It is a revolutionary commitment to justice, equality, and African sovereignty. Kulewa kwabantu abamnyama, hlala kahle kubantu abamnyama, hayi la kuphela eMzansi Afrika, but eAfrika yonkana. The anniversary of MK Party is more than a milestone. It is a call to arms. As the President noted in the speech in December, 16th of December last year, something more bold, creative, and dramatic needs to be done by those who want true liberation. We must be strategic and deliberate in our actions by ensuring that every step we take moves us closer to our goals. We must engage our supporters, listen to their concerns, and involve them in the process of transformation. This is not a struggle we can win alone. It requires the collective effort of every South African who believes in the vision of a truly liberated nation. Umkhonto weSizwe Party is not merely a political organization, it is a people's-driven movement, born from the struggles, aspirations, and resilience of our people. Our strength lies in our deep connection to the grassroots, in being the voice and the champion of the hopes and dreams of millions of our people. As long as we remain true to these principles, no amount of external pressure can derail us. The weight of expectations. This is another challenge we must acknowledge, which is the immense expectation placed upon the Umkhonto weSizwe part. In just 1 year, we have emerged as a formidable political force representing millions of South Africans who look to us for hope and change. Abantu bafuna ushintsho, bakhathele ukulamba. Funathi nasixoshe ikati eziko, siwumkhonto weSizwe. With this support comes a responsibility to deliver tangible results. Our people are tired of empty promises and symbolic gestures. They demand action, and rightly so. Let us join the new People's War through the ballot. We call on communities in all townships and villages around the country to join Umkhonto weSizwe. Ozani nonke, Umkhonto weSizwe, iwona kuphela ikusasa lalana eMzantsi Afrika. Join Umkhonto weSizwe to fight for your birthright, fight for our country, and fight for our land in South Africa. Let us organize. Organize, Makabana, my commanders, organize. Let us put our sectarian differences aside and unite, Makabana. Unite, Makabane, unite, my comrades. Let us rise together, guided by the lessons of Uitza, Sekukune, Mshweshwe, Ketrayo, Oliver Tambo, Mandela, and others, and the resilience of our people to build South Africa. Ngokuphetha ngizothi Umkhonto weSizwe, on the 26th of September kulo nyaka, we adopted a constitution esisayiniwe na umongameli wethu ubaba uNxamalala. I-constitution ngizocela nonke wonke umuntu oyilungu lomkhonto weSizwe abe nayo. The constitution is available in all official languages. Ikhona ngesiZulu, ikhona ngeSpedi, ikhona ngesiXhosa, ikhona nangeSindebele. Umuntu ayazi i-constitution. Ziningi izinto ezikhona kwi-constitution. Some of the values nama-principles ethu kumkhonto weSizwe. Viva Umkhonto weSizwe, viva! Some of the values and principles ezikhona kumkhonto weSizwe, the constitution yethu, are the following. Ubuntu, botho, ubuntu, umuntu ngabantu. Unity in action, enye ama-values akhona lawa kwi-constitution yethu. Pan-Africanism, sithi asibuki nje la kuphela eSouth Africa, amehlo ethu go far beyond the borders. Siyayiwela iLimpopo, siyiwele ngisho i-equator, siyofika le phezulu yonke i-Africa. The approach yethu is Pan-Africans. Enye i-principle yethu is honesty and respect. Pluralism is another principle. Mandates, accountability and reporting. Organic forms of public representation, discipline and hard work, knowledgeability and meritocracy, plus class consciousness. Yiwo ama-values akhona la kumkhonto weSizwe. Amandla! The time for liberation, commanders, is now. The people's spear, lerumo la sichaba, Umkhonto weSizwe will never falter. Amandla! Happy birthday, Umkhonto weSizwe, happy! Long live Nxamalala, long live! Long live Umkhonto weSizwe, long live. Ngiyabonga Comrade Chair. Amandla.
Ayikho on.